In the presentation that follows, we will focus on the soft toy manufacturing. This includes the production processes, metal detection, sharp tooth control and needles control, and quality assurance. The production processes consist of sample making, raw materials, die cut, silk screening, embroidery, machine sewing, skin overturning, fluffing, stuffing, hand sewing, and packing. Special processes such as ice assembly and viscous assembly will also be presented. Upon receipt of inquiry from client, which could be in the form of sketches or actual samples, our designers will decide on the size and the shape of the patterns required to produce a sample for client approval. The patterns will be modified until the final sample is approved by the client. Fabric materials are inspected when they are delivered in-house. All fabrics are checked and labeled prior to use. The qualified materials are laid out in layers onto a bed ready for die cutting. The number of layers depends on the thickness and construction of the fabric. A full set of die-cut molds was made based on the final approved samples. Patterns are die-cut based on the engineering marker layout as decided by engineering and production departments to ensure the fabric width is fully utilized. Die-cut pieces are collected, counted, packed, and checked prior to sending to the sewing department. For designs that require silk screening, the die-cut pieces are sent to the silk screening department. Each piece is placed onto a pre-marked position of the table. A silk screening plate is tailor-made for the design for the pigment to be applied onto the fabric. The pieces will be sent to the sewing department after dry out. For designs that require embroidery, the die-cut pieces are sent to the embroidery department where they are embroidered by a preset computerized machine. All die-cut pieces are sent to the sewing department for machine sewing. After the pieces are machine sewn together, they form a skin. This skin will be turned inside out with the assistance of a tool similar to a stake. Prior to stuffing the toys, all synthetic fiber are fluffed to get a soft feel, after which they will be packed and sent for metal detection. And a label will be placed on each bag to signify inspection. Once the skins are overturned, the soft synthetic fiber will be stuffed inside the skin through the opening with the assistance of a tool. A scale is provided at the end of the production line to ensure the weight is in compliance with the client's specification. Any over or underweight within the tolerance is rejected and sent for rework. Thereafter, the toys are sent to the hand sewing department for seam closing and final touch-up and inspection before packing. When the toys arrive at the packing department, any dust will be blown away by means of the air gun. A date code is stamped onto the sewing label for traceability purpose. All toys are then put on a conveying belt for packing inside a poly bag, heat sealing, and going through a tunnel-type metal detector. A fixture is tailor-made based on the number of pieces required in a master carton to avoid miscounting. The entire carton, which has been sealed with tapes, will go through the final metal detection. And is labeled before it is stacked on a wooden pallet ready for delivery. For designs that have special features, such as eyes, a fixed position is preset in the sewing skin for the eye's placement. After the eye and the washer are placed in a position, it is then firmly secured by a hand-pressed machine. All whiskers are sewn by hand in the position as required. As a safety measure to the soft toys, metal detection plays an important role in the production processes. There are three types of metal detection that are currently in use. There are platform-type metal detector, tunnel-type metal detector, and X-ray type contamination detector. The workers will move the skin around in the most sensitive area as marked in a platform-type metal detector. A beeping sound will be heard should there be any metal-related objects in the skin. The tunnel-type metal detector serves as a final check for metal-related objects after the toys are packed into the poly bag and the toys are packed into the master carton. The X-ray type contamination detector is used when the toy is made of fabric, but also consists of metal-related objects, such as a zipper. A computerized program is preset as area masking and edge masking respectively by a trained technician. Each design has a unique setting. If the toy is without any contamination, the display will show OK. Other safety measures in the production processes include the sharp tools, machine sewing needles, and hand sewing needles control. At the beginning of a working day, the worker is provided with a bag containing all sharp tools required, and these tools are recorded. Note that all sharp tools are tied with strings for attaching to the working table. At the end of the working day, the entire bag with all sharp tools are to be returned and recorded. All sewing machines are provided with one needle only. If the needle breaks, all broken pieces are picked up and returned to the control center for replacement and for record. A similar procedure applies to hand sewing needles. For quality assurance purposes, during the patrol inspection, sampling inspection, and lot inspection processes, the in-house laboratory will draw samples from the production lines to perform some testing, such as pull test, taut and tension test, and test to failure by tension test.